Hello everyone. Welcome to the podcast of the project, Filmmaking for Inclusion and Development. In this podcast we will go through the term storytelling and what we mean with this term. Basically, storytelling is the interactive art of using words and actions to reveal the elements and images of a story while encouraging the listener's imagination according to the National Storytelling Network. A storytelling should be interactive. Storytelling includes a two-way collaboration between a narrator and at least one audience members. The reactions of the audience members impact the recounting the story. As a matter of fact, storytelling rises out of the collaboration and helpful, facilitated efforts of teller and audience. Specifically, storytelling does not create an imaginary barrier between the speaker and the listeners. This is essential for what separates storytelling from the types of theater that utilization of imaginary fourth wall. Various cultures and situations make various assumptions for the specific jobs of storyteller and audience depends how frequently talks, and with this way it's created various types of interaction. The interactive nature of storytelling partially accounts for its immediacy and impact. At its ideal, storytelling can straightforwardly and firmly interface the teller and crowd. Secondly, storytelling uses action such as vocalization, physical movement and gesture. These gestures are the nonverbal components of spoken or manual language. They set storytelling apart from written communication and text-based technological interactions. In narrative, not all nonverbal language activities are necessary. For instance, some storytellers make heavy use of body movement, whereas others make minimal or no use of it. Additionally, a narrative story is always presented during storytelling. Many other art forms also present story, but storytelling presents it with the other four components. Every culture has its own definition of story. What is recognized as a story in one situation may not be accepted as one in another. Some situations call for spontaneity and playful digression, for example. Others call for near-exact repetition of a revered text. Art forms such as poetry recitation and stand-up comedy sometimes present stories and sometimes don't. Since they generally involve the other four components, they can be regarded as forms of storytelling whenever they also present stories. However, the most important characteristic of a storyteller is to encourage the active imagination of the listener. The listener imagines the story when it is told. On the other hand, the listener enjoys the illusion that they are actually watching the character or events portrayed in the story in most conventional theater or in a typical dramatic film. The duty of the storytelling listener is to actively construct the reality of the narrative in his or her mind based on the performance by the teller as well as on the listener's own prior experiences, beliefs, and understandings. The finished story is imagined by the listener, a special and individual person. As a result, the story is experienced by the listener as jointly created. In conclusion, it is possible to blend storytelling with other art genres like blend theater, music, dance, comedy, puppetry, and many other forms of expression with storytelling. Even yet, the essence of narrative is still distinguishable as the point where the five elements listed in the preceding definition come together. Thank you for listening to Filmmaking for Inclusion and Development podcast. Stay tuned for more podcasts. Like our Facebook page FMID Project and visit our website www.fmid.eu. See you soon.